On the 4th of May, Apple suddenly dropped 16 games onto its subscription-based Apple Arcade service. While this might sound like great news for Apple Arcade users, there's another way to look at it. Apple is starting to get nervous. Why? Because of a streaming service we all know as Netflix. Gaming subscription services aren't a new thing. Born from a PC and console era, the Xbox Game Pass being a perfect example of a popular subscription model. A flat fee, some extra games every month, platform exclusives, everyone's a winner. Everyone being Phil Spencer. As the power of tablets and phones have grown over the years, mobile gaming has become a recognized games platform unto itself, with AAA quality titles being brought to the palm of your hand. And to elevate the gaming experience further, Apple announced in 2019 its own gaming subscription service, Apple Arcade, a collection of premium titles free from in-app ads and microtransactions, or for a low monthly fee. Android's own Google Play Pass offered up a similar service around the same time, but it lacked the exclusives that Apple Arcade netted and suffered from an audience accustomed to downloading everything for free. For the past few years, Apple Arcade has been an Eden for premium mobile producers and developers, bringing exclusive original titles and sequels to a library of now over 200 games. There's no doubt you'll find something from every genre to keep you entertained and occupied. Seeing this success and looking to expand its remit, video streaming service Netflix decided to make moves into this area too. This could have been seen as a dangerous move for Netflix for one sole reason. Apple produce products. Netflix produces content. If you are an Apple customer, you will be able to play games via Apple Arcade, whether it be on iPhone, an iPad, a Mac, or Apple TV. If you are a Netflix customer, you don't necessarily have access to a device that plays mobile games. And, more importantly, you may not have any interest in mobile games at all. It seemed that Netflix games was an additional extra thrown in for those to enjoy who could enjoy. However, on day one, the Netflix games launch was disappointing to say the least. A handful of generic 10-a-penny puzzle games, including a physics-based basketball entry and another solitaire title that's instantly forgettable. But also, something which seemed closer on brand were two Stranger Things games. They weren't new, but instead had been pulled from the app stores and made exclusive to this new gaming library, because, of course, Stranger Things is a Netflix original series. So, not a great start. However, jump to the present day, and it seems Netflix has been playing the long game and is beginning to reap the rewards. What was originally a concern, that not everyone who has Netflix can play these games, has turned into a positive. Not everyone who has a phone can access Apple Arcade, but you can play a Netflix game on any phone you like. Apple Arcade may be popular and has potential to reach a quarter of the world's phone-using population, as it's estimated around 23% of phones are iPhones. However, it also means around 3/4 of the phone-using population can't access this subscription service. But if you have a Netflix subscription, both Apple and Android are able to access the ever-growing library of games that are available. And you also get some top-tier TV shows and movies thrown in there as well. Though the quantity of games available may not be as high, with Apple housing a library of over 200 titles compared to around only 60 for Netflix, there are many exclusive titles that are drawing players in to stick around. These Netflix games fall into three different categories. Recognizable premium releases such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, Into the Breach, and Sam Barlow's media masterpiece, Immortality. Games that encourage daily play such as Nittens, and games connected to the platform's original media such as Stranger Things or Too Hot to Handle, which was one of the service's most played games to date. Moving forward, the service is aiming to release a new game each month, adding the Monument Valley series and games they are overseeing production on, such as the sequel to the excellent Oxenfree. And it seems this ever-growing success has started to make Apple panic slightly. You see, over the last few weeks, Netflix have dropped some top-tier titles, such as one of my personal favorites, Terra Nil, a reverse city builder focusing on restoring ecological harmony to the world, which thankfully made its way to mobile devices via the streaming giant. Seemingly in response, on May 4th, Apple Arcade suddenly dropped 16 games. That's a lot of content added without fanfare, without promotion, in a way where it's almost too much to consume. Some titles are bound to get lost in Titan mix overlooked in the deluge. These kinds of drops usually feature a couple of games and are spaced out to give each title some breathing room, a chance for players to give one a try before moving on to the next. We could be wrong, but a sudden, slightly unceremonious dump of content like this has a slight air of panic and desperation about it, almost as if the company is worried it's losing its edge. There's no doubt that Apple Arcade is still a top contender in the mobile gaming subscription service, but with Netflix actively looking into cloud-based gaming for PCs and smart TVs, it may start to beat Apple on its own turn. For just a little bit more per month for their service, you get an ever-growing collection of top-quality games playable on any modern device, including iPhones, plus movies and TV shows, all in one convenient package. Apple, you might want to start looking at those subs. Netflix, you can chill.